From the history of Pride in Gibraltar to creating safe spaces for LGBTQ+ youth, the aim of the conference was to generate a positive conversation about LGBTQ+ matters. This also involved inclusion in the workplace and across the community, with local LGBTQ+ committee member Justin Montovio highlighting work practices and attitudes at work.
1 in 5 LGBTQ+ people had experienced a negative reaction at work based purely on their sexual orientation or gender expression, and of those who had experienced a more serious workplace incident, i.e. akin to something like physical abuse, 75% did not report it to their employer because they didn't think that it would lead to any meaningful change. And I think that those two statistics in tandem really summarize what is the crux of this issue.
The conference was opened by Minister for Equality Christian Santos, who not only talked about the changes seen on the Rock in recent years, but also his personal experiences.
Well, I think it's important to always think of where we've come from. To think that homosexuality was decriminalized when I was 16 years old. So I'm in a position right now where I feel very privileged to be standing as Minister for Equality, and a few years ago as Mayor of Gibraltar, representing our people as an openly gay man, something that I didn't grow up thinking would ever be possible. So we have a lot of people to thank for this. I'm only the face of the work that a lot of people have already done before I even thought of putting myself in these types of in this position. So I'm very proud to be able to stand as an openly gay man as a member of Parliament, and I think it's something that a lot of us never thought could happen, but here we are.
The conference also heard from former Minister for Equality Samantha Sacramento about the legislative changes on the Rock. Throughout the morning, attendees heard stories from a very different Gibraltar in years gone by with Charles Drico, as well as a lengthy discussion on understanding gender diversity by Dr. John Dean.
I'm a physician. I've worked with trans issues in healthcare for over 25 years. I started out as a GP in the UK, but have worked in specialist services and have been National Speciality Advisor to the NHS on trans healthcare for more than 10 years. I've been working with Gibraltar Health Authority for 5 years, helping them to establish a service here for trans and gender diverse people in Gibraltar, which is locally based and self-sufficient. I've helped to develop a team here of nurse colleagues, psychologist colleagues, working with some specialist providers in the UK so that we can provide a comprehensive healthcare service for trans and gender diverse people.
A discussion on creating safe spaces for LGBTQ+ youth saw personal stories from members of the community and those associated with youth clubs and teaching.
To be honest, things like this I never imagined would actually ever take place. I think that it's a beautiful moment to see that even the government is jumping in and really promoting LGBTQ+ understanding and awareness, because that's what the committee does. We work very hard to do that all year round, but to have the support in such a grand way with so many respected people in attendance has been really beautiful.
The conference was the first of its kind for Pride, similar to those held recently this year for International Men's and Women's Days.